here comes Kid Krazy, the Ron Niemi. Everybody just saw what happens to a guy like you when the tables are turned. When I bring someone to cover my back, you're not quite so cocky, are you?
You bring out Vito, DeNucci, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions. You think you're going to get one over on the hardcore giant Ron Niemi. You think you're going to chase me off?
It appears I just did.
Nobody wants you here, Aaron. Everybody's sick of all your games. Everybody's sick of your attitude. We're out here doing everything we can to chase off people like the professionals and the heavenly bodies. But let's get back to business. We got Jerrelle Clark. We got Kid Krazy in the ring. And one thing we don't have is Vito, DeNucci, and Chris Nelson sticking their nose into the business of talented young individuals like these two.
Not yet. But right now, Jerrelle Clark and Kid Krazy having a good series of reversals going on there. This Kid Krazy, I've heard about him. I really haven't seen him very much before. What can you tell us about him, Niemi?
He's a huge star up in the Northeast. He wrestles on Nittany Championship Wrestling with people the likes of Adam Booker, Dr. Hersey. That's where Don Juan DeSanto came from. But he knows where the real competition is. He knows where you make a name for yourself is right here in IPW Hardcore. And he's in the ring. Look at that move by Jerrelle Clark.
Beautiful Hurricane Rana there by Jerrelle Clark from a standing position. This Jerrelle Clark calls himself Mr. 630, not Mr. 360 like Shannon Rosen appropriately called him about 100 times. And fans, if you don't know why they call him Mr. 630, maybe sometime in this match you'll get to find out.
Look at, again, you talk about athleticism and strength. He absolutely levels him with a spine buster. David Young got absolutely nothing on Jerrelle Clark. And you look at these kids go nonstop. Everybody in wrestling always wants to talk about, oh, they're not telling a story. The story they're not telling is one of boredom. These kids are athletes. They can go nonstop, and look at the huge move once again by Jerrelle Clark. This kid's making a big name for himself at IPW. Springboard moonsault on the Kid Krazy.
Okay, Star Stevens a little bit slow with the count there, like he almost forgot what he had to do. Let me tell you what, I would guess whoever wins this match would be a top contender for the IPW light heavyweight title currently held by Justice.
That's the IPW Cruiserweight title, and he's the champion of the Florida Unified Cruiserweight Championship. You look at Kid Krazy drop Jerrelle Clark with a vicious powerbomb. Star Stevens doing what's right. He's checking on the condition of both wrestlers, making sure everybody's fine. He's not going to let somebody walk out there or get dragged out there with a broken neck. The competition is one thing. Getting yourself up in the rankings and getting a shot at justice is what it's all about. But it's not worth losing your livelihood. It's not worth having your spine compressed into the back of your neck.
No, and Kid Krazy taking over, smashing Jerrelle Clark's head right near the turnbuckle. He was just choking him out a little bit there. Star Stevens giving the count, but he broke it before the count's over. And quite frankly, if that's what you have to do to move up here in IPW, it'll be well worth your while.
All the talk right now on the internet is about Loki and Chris Daniels coming to IPW. Everybody's raving about these two individuals. Everybody knows about Loki. He's supposed to be the best there is. He probably is the stiffest wrestler on the independent scene. But the truth is, we got Jerrelle Clark and we got Kid Krazy. I think either one of these kids, big leg lariat by Kid Krazy, either one of these kids could hold their own and possibly steal a victory from the likes of Loki or the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
I tell you, Christopher Daniels and Loki have great national reputations, but one thing that I'm sure they know, whether everybody else does or not, is that the guys down here in Florida get the short end of the stick. Sorry we're not up in the Northeast where all the publishing houses are so that our guys can get all the press that they deserve. Talk about a press. Look at that maneuver, Ronnie. Just does that. That's a big flippy drop him on the face gimmick.
It looked like he was going for a pump handle power bomb. Instead, he goes for exactly what you called it, a big flippy drop him on the face gimmick. Absolutely levels Kid Krazy, who still has the strength. Oh my God. See, now that's where he goes in the shortcuts. I've heard of this kid. He's not afraid to take the shortcuts, kick him right in the McGroin, and drop him face first onto the canvas.
Well, he did just that, and Jerrelle Clark, we haven't seen him in this much trouble so far in his short tenure here in IPW. If Kid Krazy hurries up, he's going to get a victory in his IPW debut.
Now, Jerrelle Clark is one of those kids that can always overcome adversity. When he came to IPW over 6 months ago, he was hampered. He was stuck with an anchor. He had some bum as his tag team partner and had to run around as some type of ass pirates. But he overcame that. He's come in, he's done what he needs to do, and he's quickly making a name for himself as one of the top contenders in the IPW Cruiserweight division.
All right, but right now what he's doing is getting a knee right across the face from Kid Krazy. Big stiff knee shot. And here's where the kids always make a mistake, Ron. You got a guy like Jerrelle Clark down on the mat. You don't go posing to the fans. You finish him off.
You do what you can. You drop him on your head like you just did. You get down there on the vertical press. You hook his leg. 1, 2, 3. All of a sudden, you find yourself in the top 5 rankings. Next thing you know, title shots are down the road. Instead, you're up there playing to the crowd and pandering to him. And look at here. Gut-wrench suplex by Jerrelle Clark.
Nice maneuver. This Jerrelle Clark, I tell you, I knew he was talented, but he's pulling out stuff each and every match, more and more stuff. Like you said, this guy quickly moving up the ranks, and I tell you, if he can get a victory in this match, a guy like Justice just might be in trouble.
Huge power slam by Jerrelle Clark. Levels get crazy. Sets him up. This is what I'm talking about. You want to talk about IPW? You want to talk about innovation? You want to talk about setting the standards for the best cruiserweight wrestling in the entire country? This is what it's all about, Aaron.
All right, this might be what we're talking about, Ron, if you didn't wait too long. Look at that!
A huge 630 swanton bomb, and he covers Kid Krazy. 1, 2, 3. Very impressive win by Jerrelle Clark. Star Stevens was right there to call the match. Kid Krazy, great debut in IPW. I gotta love competition like this, Aaron.